Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. On this video I'm going to be giving you my match reaction from the Manchester United Omonia Nicosia game. So Manchester United beat Omonia Nicosia 1-0 at Old Trafford. Scott McTominay scored in the 93rd minute of stoppage time. Scott McTominay did not start the game, but he did come off the bench. Scott McTominay can't play against Newcastle on Sunday as he is suspended. To McTominay's credit, he has had good games this season. He's been part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy, revert back to 2020. McTominay committed his future to the club because he signed a 5-year contract. Scott McTominay is no longer one of our first choice midfielders following the arrivals of Casemiro and Christian Eriksen. Yesterday, McTominay could have had another goal in the game because he had a good chance that produced a good save from the Omonia Nicosia goalkeeper. By the way, I've got to give a lot of credit to the Omonia Nicosia goalkeeper because he made some fantastic saves yesterday night. He got man of the match. He's a boyhood Manchester United fan. I read the stats. Man United had a total of 34 shots. Man United had around 12 or 13 shots on target. Marcus Rashford had some big chances in the game. Don't forget Marcus Rashford played in the 2-1 win against Everton. He did score in that game, but the goal got disallowed for handball. Rashford came off the bench. No. Rashford came off the bench and he scored 2 goals and got an assist in the 3-2 away win against Omonia Nicosia. Rashford, of course, got 2 goals in the 3-1 win against Arsenal earlier on this season, and he scored in the 2-1 home win against Liverpool. Rashford's enjoying a very good season to his standards. He's been far superior this season to how he was last season. Not so long ago, Marcus Rashford won Premier League Player of the Month for September. Earlier on this year, it said Man United were ready to hand Marcus Rashford a new 5-year deal as a reward for his early season form. Rashford's contract at the club expires next year. There's an option to extend for a further year. Casemiro hit the woodwork in the game, and he had another chance as well, so he was unlucky not to get his first goal for Manchester United. Casemiro, of course, played in the 2-1 win against Everton. He was unlucky not to score in that game because he missed a sitter. He did get an assist, though, against Everton. The game against Everton was his first Premier League start. Manchester United got Casemiro from Real Madrid in a deal worth 70 million. Yesterday night, Fred had some chances, so he was unlucky not to score. Ronaldo as well, he had some chances. Cristiano Ronaldo, as you all know, scored his 700th club goal in the 2-1 win against Everton. Ronaldo should have got his 700th club goal in the game against Omonia Nicosia away because he squandered several chances in that game. There was one chance where he hit the post. As you all know, Ronaldo has accepted that FA charge after Erik ten Hag said he would not. Earlier on this year, Ronaldo got charged by the FA over that mobile phone incident at Everton. Ronaldo got cautioned for the incident back in August. After the incident, Ronaldo apologised on social media. Prior to the Everton game, he said Ronaldo was unhappy with Erik ten Hag's training sessions and style of play. And Erik ten Hag did mention that Ronaldo was unhappy that he's not playing regularly. But Ronaldo can leave Manchester United in January. Erik ten Hag will not stand in his way. But when Erik ten Hag first took charge, he actually wanted Ronaldo to stay. Ronaldo's contract at the club expires next year. There's an option of an additional year. He earns £480,000 a week. Man United re-signed Ronaldo last year from Juventus. So he has been in his second spell at Man United. But yeah, yesterday night Man United were nearly embarrassed again by Omonia Nicosia. It was looking like it was going to end 0-0. But yeah, credit to McTominay for, getting that late goal. Jadon Sancho obviously played a part in Scott McTominay's goal. Revert back to the game against Omonia Nicosia away. Manchester United had to come from behind, and the substitutions in that game made the difference. Because like I said, Rashford came on and got 2 goals and an assist, and Martial came on and got a goal. But yeah, reflecting on the win, Man United have now won 3 games out of 4 in the Europa League group stage. Man United will qualify for the knockout stages of the Europa League. Man United did have some players missing yesterday. Obviously, there was no Harry Maguire because he's still out with injury. There was no Martial. Don't forget, Martial came off injured in the first half in the 2-1 win against Everton. Martial did get an assist in that game. Martial did well in the last few games prior to the Omonia Nicosia one. Like I said, got an assist against Everton. He scored against Omonia Nicosia away, and he came off the bench and got 2 goals against Man City. Last season, Martial was out on loan with Sevilla. There was no Van der Beek, of course. Van der Beek's been out with a knock. Brandon Williams is still injured, but he doesn't get in the team anyway. And Wan-Bissaka is out, but Wan-Bissaka is not Man United's first choice right back. Diego Dalot is. On my next video, I will be giving you my player ratings from this game, and then after that I'll be giving you the preview for the Newcastle game. But Omonia Nicosia, they are a poor team. They are from Cyprus. Neil Lennon is a well-known manager. Neil Lennon has been the Omonia Nicosia manager for around, 7.5, 8 months now. He got appointed in as the Omonia Nicosia manager back in March this year. Before, Neil Lennon managed Bolton and Hibernian, and he endured 2 spells with Celtic. Erik ten Hag, after the game, praised his side's creativity and scoring capabilities. After the win against Everton, Erik ten Hag called Man United players to be more clinical after Everton win. Erik ten Hag needs time at Manchester United. This is his first full season as Man United manager. And Ten Hag knew when he'd taken over the reins at Man United that he had big expectations to exceed. He's managing one of the biggest clubs in the world, if not the biggest. But yeah, Ten Hag has been the Man United manager now for quite a few months. He replaced Ralph Rangnick earlier on this year. He's Man United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Ten Hag's under contract with the club until 2025. There's an option of an additional year. Not so long ago, Ten Hag got named the Premier League Manager of the Month. Revert back to when Ten Hag was at Ajax, he did very well because he won Eredivisie titles, he won Dutch Cups, and back in 2019 he got them to the semi-finals of the Champions League and he developed the young players well. So like I've said so many times, I'm hoping at Man United he can replicate what he did at Ajax, but the Premier League is totally different to the Dutch League. There's been games this season where I've give Erik ten Hag credit because there's been some games where I like the way he's approached them. For example, in a lot of games this season, he's kept Maguire out of the team and he hasn't started Ronaldo in a lot of games. But there again, there has been some games where he's got some decisions wrong. But I've still not criticised Erik ten Hag yet. Ten Hag, a few weeks ago now, revealed his transfer plans for January. And he said Man United will continue to hold meetings over strengthening the squad. Ten Hag's going to get a transfer budget of around 70 million. There again, he could receive 100 million to spend if Ronaldo leaves in January. The January transfer window will be Ten Hag's second transfer window as Man United manager. But Ten Hag has made 6 signings so far as Manchester United manager. He recommended Terrell Malacia in, Lisandro Martinez, Christian Eriksen, Casemiro, Antony and Martin Dubravka. Spent over 200 million this year. Let me put into the equation as well that Erik ten Hag has got rid of players, but he is still inheriting deadwood. Isn't he? Erik ten Hag don't forget, recommended Mitchell van der Gag and Steve McLaren in. They've been working alongside Erik ten Hag. We've obviously got Benny McCarthy at the club. We've got John Murtaugh, who's our director of football. We've got Richard Arnold, who's our CEO. Earlier on this year, Sir Alex Ferguson came back to Man United in an advisory role. And the Glazers are still at Manchester United, unfortunately. We've got to get the Glazers out of the club because they've been a massive problem at the club for a long, long time now. For a while, Man United fans have been protesting against the Glazers. The Glazers have owned the club since 2005. Now, don't forget, Sir Jim Ratcliffe did say that the Glazers don't want to sell Man United. Sir Jim Ratcliffe did admit that he would have bought Man United this summer if the club had been up for sale. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's name's been mentioned a lot of times. At one point, he was interested in a £4 billion offer. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is one of Britain's richest men, and he's the chairman of Ineos. Obviously, there's been reports saying that Michael Knighton wants to buy the club. He's well known for his involvement in Man United and Carlisle, and you've obviously had reports early on this year about Elon Musk, but he joked about buying the club. But yeah, the Glazers have set a price to sell Man United. They want around 9 billion. But yeah, we've seen a lot of players depart the club this year. Like I said, Man United sold James Garner to Everton. We sold Andrews Pereira to Fulham. We let Dean Henderson go out on loan to Nottingham Forest. We let Lee Grant leave earlier on this year. We loaned Tellez out to Sevilla. We loaned Eric Bailly out to Marseille. We let Matic and Pogba go on free transfers. Lingard, he left on a free. Juan Mata left on a free. Cavani left on a free. Ethan Laird went out on loan to QPR. Hannah Meachbry went out on loan to Birmingham. Amad Diallo Traore went out on loan to Sunderland. So, yeah, we're seeing quite a few young players leave the club. And like I've said, I'm expecting more players to leave Man United next year. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop me comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.